Well, hey everybody, this is Dr. Bulow with Around Cranberry Township, where we like to interview local service professionals and business owners, connecting you with your community. I'm Dr. Bulow with Revive Upper Cervical Chiropractic, and today I'm with Dr. Stephanie Rhodes.
Hi there.
And so, for those of you that don't know, Dr. Rhodes is a diplomate in orthodontics and has a clinic here right off of, what's the street?
Rochester Road.
Rochester Road and Graham Park.
Graham Park Drive.
Yeah,
Yep.
So that really awesome, huge Graham Park. Dr. Rhodes is right on the way. So how long have you guys been here?
About 4.5 years we've been open.
Very cool.
So just did a startup from scratch 4.5 years ago.
That's fantastic.
And we've built a really great practice. And the space has been awesome. Graham Park's so much fun. So a lot of people are going back into the fields and everything. So we get to see them on their way to sports and all that kind of stuff.
I've been coming here. Our girls, two of our girls, our oldest is not quite ready, or when we first started, she's probably going to. A couple of our girls, trying to reconnect. Hold still. It won't be live. We'll let you know when the connection improves. You can start broadcasting live in the same video. What? What does this say? What happened? You can still record a video, but it won't be live. We'll let you know if your connection improves. Well, we're not doing that. Hold on. We're going to come back. Don't go anywhere. Oh, look. The girls love Dr. Rhodes. We're still live. I think we're still live.
I think.
Someone, if we're still live, comment, you're still live. Because we just had like this weird thing say we're not live or something like that. So you'll have to comment, Christina. I think we're live. The signal says we're live. So we're going to say we're live.
Okay.
But yeah, my girls have been coming here the last couple of years. Let's say you are. Thanks, George. Thank you for watching. George is George, you're always on the live streams. I really appreciate that. So for those of you that are watching live, we really appreciate it. Christina's watching live. Everybody loves Dr. Rhodes. Christina, our girls love Dr. Rhodes. They do all sorts of fun stuff with the kids. And we were just talking about your location here. You've been here 4 years. What got you? So I'd like to go back a little bit because I'm always fascinated by this, and I've been wanting to chat with Dr. Rhodes about this for a while. But what got you? Why orthodontics? What got you interested in the field?
Well, I just had a great experience with my orthodontist growing up. I had teeth all over the place, huge overbite, tons of crowding, hated my smile. So I had 2 phases of orthodontics when I was younger. Loved my orthodontist. He was awesome. If anybody needs an orthodontist in Boardman.
That's where you're from?
Yep.
Boardman, huh?
Dr. Begezda is fantastic.
Shout out.
But he was just fabulous. He always really made you feel special in the office. And then just the result, being at the end of that I loved my smile. I was able to smile and, laugh and not feel self-conscious. And so I just really wanted to do that for other people and set up that experience. You're
getting to my last question I always ask people is what gets you that juice? And you're saying kind of like giving them that experience. That's pretty cool.
It is. It is. Yeah. I'm very passionate about the experience that patients have. Mm-hmm. It's so nice. We see so many patients who come in and say, oh, I hate my smile. I never smile. It's so sad. That's what life's about, is smiling and laughing and enjoying. So it's so fun to be able to take them and transform their smile, get everything healthy, safe, beautiful smile, and they leave here, showing off their smile to everybody. And
that's really cool.
Get to see it on Facebook and their prom pictures and everything else. So it's really fun.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of the biggest thing, is the passion of being able to change people that way.
That's super cool. Yeah. What school did you go to? And school's plural, because you got your orthodontist degree, and then one of the things that I looked for when I was trying to find an orthodontist was I was impressed by your diplomate status. For those that don't know, healthcare professionals like myself, Dr. Rhodes, can go back to school for an additional amount of years and get their diplomate, which for the upper cervical diplomate, we had a few years. And I'm kind of curious where you went to dental and orthodontic school and that sort of thing, and then the diplomate, and what made you choose that and where you went and all that stuff.
Sure. So I went to Pitt for undergrad.
Cool. Yeah.
And then went to University of Pennsylvania for dental school.
Got it.
So I was there for 4 years, and then I went to the University of North Carolina for orthodontics.
Gotcha.
And that was a 3-year program. And then for orthodontics, you can choose to be a diplomate or not after graduating. So for us, it's actually not more schooling, but it's an exam.
Gotcha.
So there's a written component, and then you actually go to St. Louis and you present 6 cases. And you have to show, they have to meet certain difficulty criteria to be considered, and then you have to finish them to kind of a gold standard of really high quality finish. And you go through and explain all the details of the case.
Now you mentioned in that, right there, you mentioned like 3 or 4 schools though. So when did you start your undergrad? Curious, when did you start Pitt? What year did you graduate high school?
2002.
2002. Man, we might have been at Pitt at the same time. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Really? I was there 2 to 6.
Yeah, because I did a couple years of undergrad at CCAC. That would have been in 01 to 03, and then I did a year at Pitt before going off to chiropractic college. So there was probably some layover there.
Overlap, yeah.
Those of you that went to Pitt, let's see if you remember this. Outside the library, there was a guy that had like this sandwich cart.
The Chicken Man.
Yes!
Yes! The Chicken Man was so good. He had the best chicken.
Oh, you could just,
they don't let him do it anymore.
So sad. You could give him like $5 and he would just make you whatever he was on his cart right there.
Oh, it was so good.
He would always, what you want, Daddy? That's what I'd always get. I don't know what he called the ladies, but all the guys, he'd say, what's up, Daddy? But anyhow, good times at Pitt. Very cool.
It was very cool.
So then start to finish, we'll finish off the academic conversation here, but like, so there's how many years at Pitt and then how many years at dental and ortho? Like how many?
It's 11 years after high school. Yeah, it's a long school, a lot of school. I loved it though. I liked school. You have to. But I liked it a lot. But
there's part of me that misses it on occasion. Like just the studying and like, I really love that. And then I think it's probably about 5 years ago where I said, I could see not going back. But like there was a while there that I really liked that time of life.
It was fun.
Learning. And I always tell my kids, school's never out for the pro. Like you never are done learning, That's right. So that brings me now back to what I was saying about just your industry and what you love about it. Like, what are some of the things that keep you busy in the academic world? Like what's going on with orthodontics? What's some of the latest tools and techniques? And what do you guys offer that might be a little bit like a unique angle to straightening teeth or restoring smiles? Yeah,
that's the really fun part. The patient-centered part is my biggest passion. Yeah. But you have to be in a career where you're challenged and have fun doing the technical aspects every day. So that part I love about orthodontics because it's always changing. There's so much going on technology-wise. Yeah. And we pride ourselves here. One of my biggest things is that I make sure that every patient I develop a very custom treatment plan for every patient. So everybody's different. Which I noticed whenever I came in. So nobody gets the same thing. Everybody's face is different. Everybody's teeth are different. So we like to say we're architects of the face. We're looking at...
I'm going to steal that. We're architects of the spine.
There you go. You can have
That's
it.
That's a good one. Architects of the face. I like it.
Yeah, so, you have to look at the profile, the lip support, the jaw structure, and then getting teeth straight. You want to see the smile design and everything like that. So putting all the puzzle pieces, like you said, together to get the best result in the shortest amount of time with the least discomfort is important. I do a lot of continuing education. There's always things changing. Lots of good research going on how to get there faster, how to get there better, have less side effects. So just in mechanics, there's a lot of things that we learn and study on.
What's the most common thing that people are surprised to learn about orthodontics? Like, do you ever have those moments where patients are like, you'll say something as if it's matter of fact, and they'll go, well, I never knew that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Twofold. I think adults a lot of the time don't think. We treat a ton of adults. 30% probably of our practice is adults. A lot of the time we get, I didn't know you could still move teeth in an adult, or things like that. So they're surprised of what we can do with, it's never too old. I had an 80-year-old patient once. So
there you go.
Never too old. But we could do a lot in adults that they don't realize. I think a lot of people don't realize they see the crowding or see the teeth are straight or not straight, but don't realize the impact of the bite. So
the impact that has on the bite?
Well, the impact of your bite on the health of the teeth and making sure, wear patterns and wearing down the teeth or health of the gums because of how you're biting. So a lot of people see straight teeth and don't realize that their bite is really far off or, maybe causing some damage.
I see what you're saying now. Gotcha. So just because the teeth look straight exterior, their bite may be off because of the position of the teeth.
Exactly, yeah.
And for those of our friends, and I was just telling Dr. Rhodes, in the upper cervical world, we look at the position of the head. And there's the dental world that's starting to look at the position of the head and the position of the jaw. And if you're not biting right, it can cause all kind of problems, right? I mean, headaches and neck and shoulder pain and a lot of stuff like that we were just talking about. There's cross referrals between our professions because it can really mess you up. Like, so if your bite's not right, that's a big deal. Which actually, I would say that. What are some of the things people should be looking for in their kids or as an adult? Now, granted, again, we're in similar fields. We would probably say everybody needs proper spinal care And Dr. Rhodes would probably say everybody needs proper alignment and facial architecture, we'll say.
That's right.
But let's be honest, there's some driving, motivating factors, or maybe some things that people who feel okay, it looks okay, like people say, I don't have any back pain, but they may have dizziness and vertigo they didn't know was related to their neck. So what are some of those things that parents can look for in their kids, or early warning signs, or adults what kind of symptoms or things should they be looking at to say, yeah, I really should have this looked at?
Yeah. One of the biggest ones is wearing of the teeth. If you look and see the edges getting flat or worn down,
Gotcha.
that can indicate an improper bite.
We'll take some pictures of that. If you probably have some examples, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to see and I'll maybe post some on our page or things like that, just things to look for. So wear patterns.
Yeah, wear patterns. Extreme crowding can be, you don't have enough room for the teeth, or the gums can become unhealthy that way. Sometimes if you're wearing down, really crowded in there. Big overbites and definitely underbites. If the lower teeth are in front of the top teeth, that's a big one to tackle early.
Gotcha.
So some of that kind of stuff. And then if you do feel, like you said, some neck pain, some jaw pain, sometimes grinding and clenching can be related to your body trying to find the correct bite when it doesn't have one.
When's the ideal time for someone to come in?
So we like to start seeing patients at 7. Not everybody needs treatment at 7. I'm pretty conservative in my treatment philosophy, so.
I liked that too.
So, some people need a phase 1, some don't. I'd say in my patient population, about 30% of kids at 7 to 9 need some early intervention. That early intervention is to protect the teeth, to adjust some growth patterns that we cannot do later.
Gotcha.
So if you wait too long, sometimes we miss a window where your end result may not be as perfect.
Yeah.
So we like to see everybody at 7. Consultations are always free. There's always things that we watch for along the way. So even if you don't need anything, we like to watch how your teeth are coming in, how you're growing, to make sure that we tackle everything at the appropriate time.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know we did that. We brought our kids in, and the older one, you're saying, probably not, don't really need a phase 1 at this point. And then I think Joanna, her teeth were just so crowded. And then Taylor just has monster teeth. I mean, her bone structure is just, she's one of the biggest kids out of all of our 3, and she's the youngest. So I can only imagine why we needed to space that out so everything could come in right.
Yeah.
So at 7 years old, good to come in, schedule a complimentary consultation with Dr. Rhodes. She'll take a look. And I can attest to the fact that, I had been places, and the one thing I really appreciate about Dr. Rhodes' analysis was that it was not cookie cutter. It was very specific. And what I really liked was, you'll laugh at this, was, how dentists have their tools, right?
Sure.
You're going in and measuring, and your measurements were down to the millimeter. It was like, this was 2 millimeters, this was 1.5, this was 3 millimeters, and it wasn't just, it's crowded. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's, in our work, we do, I don't know if I told you this now, we do 3D volumetric imaging, 3D CT scans.
You told me
which
you
are
were doing that. Yeah, that's
incredible.
awesome.
So down to the millimeter, and it's like, either you're going to do it or you're not. Like halfway in between is just not, I'd rather say just don't even do it at all. Like either totally precise or just totally not precise. But I really did appreciate that. So what are some of your just knock them out of the park, awesome favorite kind of cases? That's always kind of a fun one. Like the ones that really are just like, oh man, you're going to do so awesome. Is it the kids with the really crooked, or is it the adults, or what are some of those
Oh, they're all
ones?
fun. My favorite are surgery cases because it's the most challenging.
Yeah.
But it's also the biggest transformation.
Interesting.
So I love surgery cases.
They're coming out of surgery, or they need surgery?
They need jaw surgery.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah. So that's
some serious stuff.
They're
too.
the most. Yeah. And at UNC we had it's the most extensive surgical training program in the country. So I have a lot of really good training in surgery, and it's just fun because it's
when you say
huge
surgery,
transformation.
you're saying teeth extraction, or you're saying jaw surgery?
No, jaw surgery. Actually,
you're not doing that here,
no,
right?
I work with an oral surgeon.
Got it.
And they move the jaws, and we move the teeth, and we work together.
That's probably some serious life-changing stuff.
Yeah, it is. So those are the hugest transformations, and those are really, really fun.
Cool.
But also just, the kid who's 12 years old, who hates their teeth, maybe getting picked on because they have a big overbite, something like that. And we get to give them that beautiful smile, make them feel good about themselves. Yeah. And also, I think in orthodontics, we have a really neat, and you would too, because of how the frequency you see patients, have a really unique opportunity. We see patients every 6 to 8 weeks over the course of sometimes a year, sometimes 7 years if we're just watching them grow for a while.
Yeah.
So we get to really know the patients, know the families really well. They become part of our family. We see them change, see them gain confidence in themselves.
That's super cool.
And sometimes, we have an opportunity and a responsibility to make them feel really special every time they're in the office.
That's
and
really
to me,
cool.
that's huge, because if maybe they're getting picked on at school, maybe it's an adult who had a terrible day at work, and we're the only person that day who told them, we love your outfit, or, how was your day? How'd your test go? And I think that's like a really cool opportunity for us 100%. To impact people.
100%. That's super cool. Well, we're going to be wrapping it up. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your thoughts there. My gosh, that is, I think it like covers the span where it's like early prevention, health, or just to clean things up, or even those extreme cases, whether they're just really emotionally beat up because of some of their structural deficits, we'll call them, or need some surgical intervention and some management post-surgical. So that's really a wide spectrum there. So that's really awesome. In a minute, I'll get some pictures around the office, maybe even meet one of Dr. Rhodes' patients. But either way, any last thoughts for the community? The whole thing, I love this page just because it connects you with your community, and you guys get to meet Dr. Rhodes and get connected with her practice. But any last thoughts for everybody?
Well, just in general, we're just very grateful to be in this community. Yeah. Cranberry is an amazing, amazing community. We try to do a lot with the community to give back. It's really important to me that we're integrated into this community, and we're just very grateful for your support. As a new practice and a startup, we're going from scratch, and you guys have really trusted us and helped us grow. So it means the world to us, and we're happy to be, interacting with your families and getting to know everybody really well.
Super cool.
It's fun.
Super cool.
It's very fun.
Thanks for hanging out. Thank you guys for hanging out. And as always, ask questions, right? Dr. Rhodes will come by, I'm sure, on the page there and answer your questions. You can contact her directly. And to share it, you never know who needs a good orthodontist, who had no idea that this could help, or that they could have a complimentary consultation or things like that. So please share it. Please come back, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you soon. Thanks.
All right. Bye now.